All right, things are shifting big time. That's solid ground? It's not so solid anymore, and the only question that truly matters right now isn't what's happening or when it'll stop, it's where is safe. I'm revealing the 5 locations you absolutely need to know about. But hold up, because the single most important secret to navigating all of this is coming at the very end. You absolutely can't miss it. In a world feeling the tremors of change, a crucial question arises. Where can we truly build a stable future? This isn't about fear, it's about being smart, like a sailor studying weather maps before a storm or a pioneer seeking fertile land for new beginnings. For decades, the extensive work of Dolores Cannon, particularly her thousands of regression sessions, has acted as such a map. While we've previously unveiled her chilling visions for coastlines in the USA and Europe, these same sessions held another vital layer of information. Amidst the warnings of destruction, the superconscious shared a map of sanctuary, detailing specific places on Earth designed to act as vibrational lifeboats during this turbulent time. Places intended to be anchors of stability and safe havens for the seeds of a new civilization. Today, we're opening up the details on these 5 safe zones. We'll dive into the evidence, the spiritual reasons, and even direct, often surprising quotes from Dolores's records for each location. But this investigation comes with a serious caution. Those same files held warnings about one specific region, a place many in the spiritual community idealize as the ultimate New Age destination, full of ancient healing energies and high vibrations. Yet, the superconscious clearly identified this spot as a profoundly unstable zone to be avoided at all costs. This isn't just theory, it's essential knowledge for survival. The Great Relocation, a subtle but powerful movement of souls, has already begun, and it's time to truly understand our map. Before we pinpoint any places, we need to understand what makes a location safe from the perspective of the superconscious. Forget military strength or economic stability. Those are old-world ideas crumbling away. True safety during this shift rests on 3 core spiritual principles. First, low karmic density. Think of the current global changes as the Earth itself undertaking a massive cleanse, shaking off heavy, traumatic energies accumulated over thousands of years. Places with a history of intense conflict, genocide, or dark ancient practices, like Atlantis, are naturally more volatile. Safe zones, however, have a lighter karmic footprint, meaning they were either sparsely populated or inhabited by cultures living in harmony with the land, leaving behind peace, not pain. Secondly, high crystalline energy. The new Earth is said to resonate at a crystalline frequency, not just as a metaphor, but through a vast, interconnected geometric energy grid on the planet, like ancient ley lines. Certain spots on Earth are powerful energy nodes, vortices, or intersections within this grid. These places already vibrate at a frequency much closer to the new Earth, making personal growth and ascension easier because you're supported by the land's own energy. These locations are also more physically stable, as their energetic structure is already aligned with the future. Lastly, foundation of unity consciousness. This involves the powerful human element. The sessions showed that some areas are imbued with the energy of souls and cultures that have a long, unbroken history of respecting the earth and living communally. These are often the homes of indigenous peoples who never lost their deep connection to the spirit of the land, understanding Earth as a living being to be honored, not just a resource. Their collective consciousness, their prayers, their ceremonies, has woven a powerful energetic anchor over centuries, creating a stable field of coherence that literally stabilizes the land itself. In these places, the blueprint for the new Earth's unity consciousness already exists. These are our guiding principles: low karma, high crystalline energy, strong unity. With this understanding, let's explore the map. We now reveal the 5 regions consistently highlighted across numerous Dolores Cannon sessions as the most stable and prepared for the upcoming shifts, analyzed through our 3 principles. The first is the American interior. While the USA's coasts were described as unstable due to karmic burdens and geology, the vast center was repeatedly called a sanctuary. Quotes suggest that the center of the continent will hold lands of Arkansas, Arizona, New Mexico, Colorado, Utah. These places are high and dry, with strong energetic foundations. For low karmic density, while native displacement is a scar, overall population density and historical intense conflict are far less than on the coasts, which were colonial and slave trade centers. For high crystalline energy, places like Sedona, Arizona, are renowned vortex sites, and the Rocky Mountains form a major planetary energy conduit, often rich in quartz crystals. For unity consciousness, these lands are the ancestral home of powerful indigenous tribes like the Hopi and Navajo, whose prophecies and spiritual practices have anchored a high frequency for centuries, with the Hopi prophecies particularly speaking of this very time of purification. Next, Australia and New Zealand. Australia, especially its western part, was often mentioned with surprising frequency as an old and stable land, a balancing continent for the planet, where its indigenous Aboriginal people are keepers of the original dream time. New Zealand was also seen as a land of high pure energy, a remnant of ancient Lemuria. Regarding low karmic density as one of the last continents colonized with vast unpopulated areas, its karmic load is different. The ancient wisdom of the Aboriginals, though suppressed, was never fully extinguished. For high crystalline energy, Uluru, Ayers Rock, in Australia's centre, is considered the solar plexus chakra of the planet, a massive energy center. New Zealand, while part of the Pacific Ring of Fire, had energy described as highly creative and connected to the heart-centered civilization of Lemuria. For unity consciousness, the Aboriginal culture is the oldest continuous culture on Earth, with their Dreamtime concept directly understanding the non-linear eternal nature of consciousness, a foundational principle for the new Earth. Then, the Andes region in South America, particularly the high-altitude areas of Peru, Bolivia, and Ecuador, was identified as a major spiritual center for the new Earth, a place where the planet's feminine and masculine energies would balance. The superconscious noted that the energy of the condor is awakening to meet the energy of the eagle from the north. The Andes are a powerful node on the crystalline grid. While marked by the Incan Empire and Spanish conquest, the high mountains have remained a refuge for ancient spiritual traditions to survive intact, providing low karmic density. For high crystalline energy, Lake Titicaca is considered a major planetary chakra, Machu Picchu, a masterfully engineered energy site, and the mountains themselves are rich in minerals and crystals. For unity consciousness, the Quero people of Peru, direct descendants of the Inca, have maintained a pure lineage of earth-based spirituality and possess prophecies perfectly aligning with coming changes. Southern Africa was also described as a significant refuge and source of ancient power, especially areas like South Africa, Botswana, and Namibia. This land is ancient. It is the cradle of humanity. It holds a deep, stable, foundational energy, the sessions revealed, emphasizing its distance from old conflict centers and predicted stability during geological shifts. Despite modern apartheid history, the land itself is believed to hold the original, neutral template for humanity, predating later karmic dramas, leading to its low karmic density rating. For high crystalline energy, the region boasts some of the oldest rock formations on the planet, contributing immense geological stability, and it's a major global source of crystals and diamonds. For unity consciousness, the ancient San people of the Kalahari Desert hold one of the oldest creation stories and maintain a profound shamanic connection to the spirit of the land. This region was often presented as the most surprising yet logically consistent sanctuary, challenging Western-centric perspectives. Finally, east of the Ural Mountains, specifically Siberia, was identified as surprisingly stable. While old Europe undergoes its karmic cleansing, the lands east of the Ural Mountains will be very stable. The energy is different. It is not entangled in the Atlantean drama that has played out in the West for so long. Siberia will become a more temperate and fertile land. It is a vast open space for a new beginning. Its low karmic density comes from vast, sparsely populated areas with a history, while complex due to Soviet influence, distinct from the deep colonial and religious conflicts defining Western Europe's grid. For high crystalline energy, the Ural Mountains themselves are among Earth's oldest ranges, a stable geological anchor. For unity consciousness, the region maintains a deep history of shamanism and nature-based spirituality, which has quietly survived beneath modern politics. These 5 regions, the American interior, Australia and New Zealand, the Andes, Southern Africa and the Urals, appear as clear beacons of hope on a rapidly changing world map. This evidence seems clear, outlining a path to physical safety. A logical person might now begin researching these locations. However, we must now turn to the critical warning, the counterintelligence from the superconscious. There's one region, deeply romanticized by millions in the spiritual community as the ultimate New Age destination, associated with Lemurian healing energies and an image of paradise, that Dolores Cannon was explicitly and repeatedly warned about as a place of profound geological instability, Hawaii. This might come as a shock. Hawaii is seen as a paradise, a spiritual center, and indeed, its energy is purely Lemurian. But the superconscious explained the critical flaw with unwavering clarity. The islands are beautiful, but they are merely the peaks of massive and largely dormant volcanoes. They are not stable. They are the youngest land on your planet, still in the process of being born. As Earth's frequency rises and the planetary core heats, volcanic chains globally will reactivate, and the Pacific Ring of Fire is the most volatile. The Hawaiian Islands sit in its center and, according to the sessions, will sink back into the sea from whence they came. The warning wasn't about bad energy, but unstable geology, a beautiful house built on a faulty foundation. Another source added a karmic layer, noting that this sacred place had been heavily commercialized and militarized, profaned by tourism and a military presence out of alignment with the land's frequency. So, the land itself wishes to be cleansed and returned to a pristine sacred state. The message was consistent. While Hawaii's energy is a beautiful preview of the new Earth, its physical landmass is scheduled for a dramatic reset. It's a place to visit in spirit and meditation, but not to anchor yourself physically for the turbulent journey ahead. So, we have the map, the 5 safe havens, and the 1 zone to avoid. Your logical mind might now be checking flight prices or real estate listings, and that's a completely normal human reaction. But that reaction is still running on the old program, the one that believes safety is an external place you must run to. Now, we must activate the final and most crucial layer of this teaching, the one Dolores repeated at the end of every lecture on Earth Changes. Her ultimate conclusion, the very heart of her message. She would look out at her audience after detailing all the warnings and say with profound love and certainty, the safest place on this earth is inside your own heart. The geographical map shows probabilities. It's the physical manifestation of our collective consciousness. But your personal reality is shaped by your personal consciousness. Your frequency is your true address. Your state of being is your actual location on the cosmic map. If you are in deep fear, you could be in the geographically safest place on the planet and still attract danger. Conversely, if you reside in unconditional love and absolute trust, you can be amidst apparent chaos and find yourself divinely guided, protected, and shown the way to safety moment by moment. Therefore, our ultimate mission is twofold. First, be aware. Understand this physical map and use this intelligence wisely, not as a source of fear. Second, be the sanctuary. Do the challenging daily inner work to become an energetic anchor of safety for yourself, your family, and your community, no matter where you are on the map. Let's commit to this balanced, empowered mission. In the comments below, declare your integration of both physical wisdom and spiritual truth. Write, I choose safety, a safe frequency, and a safe place. Let this be our collective prayer, a powerful intention sent to the universe, declaring that we are ready to be both intelligently guided and to be the divine guide. Thank you for being a safe harbor of light in this world.